Okay, so I'm just changing some of these corn into cornmeal to make the pies because I got 9 eggs. Got enough blueberries actually, a lot of blueberries. Cool. So I've done 8 blueberry pies and I'll try to do another 9. It's quite good how it shows you the cooking time on this. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, blueberry pie is good. Right, now the venison stew. So when you harvest the corn, do you actually have to work the ground again and then plant it again, or can you just plant it again because it's next to water?
No, you have to work it again.
Wow. So it's a
Which, I mean, you're not really supposed to, but unless you do it real quick. And this is what I don't understand, right? Is I probably lose in this row. I'll probably lose 5 or 6 seeds because I I work the ground and then just as I go to put the seed down, it changes back. And it's like you haven't got a lot of time, so something's not quite right. And I don't know if it's because I'm standing too close to it or I don't know what's going on. But it makes it very time consuming to actually.
yeah. I like how it shows you how much wood you're using and when you cook how much wood you have, cooking time do you have in the fire and how much time you need to actually cook the food. And you
Yeah.
can work out how much you need to throw in. You can also actually make boiled eggs, but I don't think that's that good.
Right. No, probably not.
Um, I wonder if I can work out how to make this. So just tell me for the venison stew, you use a
Wa
potato for the
water, water,
yeah.
potato, corn, and venison.
Yeah, so it's not that complicated once you have a good farm and you're hunting in the area. It's not too hard anymore.
No.
It's just venison stew is something that you kind of want to eat in the day when there's not a horde around.
Yes, I guess.
I wonder if it's. I mean, you've got to be really deep under the ground for it not to have an effect. Because if you're look at the bag smell 20 meters and the belt smell 60 meters. I mean, if that's 60 meters,
Yeah,
that's
that's crazy.
that's too much actually. Um, yeah, but it's really good food. So there's a lot of potatoes. Um, do you have any corn on your inventory?
Yeah, are you close to me?
I can come down and just grab some corn off you
Okay.
if you want me to start making the venison stew.
Yep. It probably takes me 5 minutes just to do this bit here. It's nuts. But I clear the ground, I work it, and then I move back, and then this texture changes, and then I work the ground. Then I don't know if it's if I move over it.
I mean, we can try something. If you want me to work the ground and then you plant, how do I craft? How much iron ingots do I need for a
Oh.
for a hoe?
I don't know. Good question. But
Gardening
this is
hoe.
all I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry with any more right now.
Because what if you want to? You want me to pick that up?
Yeah, come and get it.
Cool.
So
That's
how
a
much I got from this strip here.
wow. That's actually a lot of foods. So how many plants is basically in this row roughly?
I don't know.
So it's like
But 36.
so 36. 2 rows of 13. So sorry, 18. 2 rows of 18, and that gives you the 36. And out of the 36 plants, you actually got basically almost 2.5 stacks of corn. So it's 64, 64 and 18
Yeah, you get about that. That'll be more than 3.
per plant.
If I grab this plant here. Okay, that's got a 6. 6 ear of corn yield. So 6 per plant. Not bad.
That's very good. If you wanted to carry on farming at some point, then what I can do is I can work the ground and you can kind of plant, and we can see whether that works better.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Because you'd use the hoe and then work the ground, and then you want to plant, and then it changes again.
Yeah.
And it seems like it might go much faster if 2 people do it.
Well, the only problem is the texture. I guess unless I really just stare at them and try and figure them out and see how they work, it's hard to know by looking at the texture whether the ground's been worked or not. So if you do it, if you work the ground and I place it, I may be placing it in the wrong spot, and then the plant will break. So I don't know if that'll work better, but we can definitely test it out and see.
So when the plant breaks, basically you lose the seed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's quite harsh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got another 9 blueberry pies. And now I'll start doing the venison. The venison is interesting because I need a bit more water, so I'll grab a bit more water. So I'm just grabbing all the ingredients for the venison to make the venison stew. So because we have 11 venison, I would need 11 water and 11 potato, 11 corn, and 11 venison. And I do like to pick up this venison and carry it on me, because it's interesting when you carry venison, you often find that you get detected, but I don't see it this time. Okay, so venison stew. Okay. Cool. Venison stew, 5 minutes. So I'm wondering, when you make venison stew, whether that process of making venison stew also it potentially attracts zombies because you're cooking it.
I don't think on this level. I don't know if you put on that other mode.
Feral mode.
Yeah, feral. Yeah, I'm not sure if that will have any change. They become more sensitive. Well, I know overall they do, but I don't know if they'll be get more sensitive if you actually cook it in the oven, if they can smell it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite
Campfire.
impressed with the amount of corn that you got. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, I guess the farms don't have to be as big as I thought they need to be. I think this size here is probably more than enough actually.
Yeah, so if you run a farm like this well, this size farm, you can probably feed if somebody is, if it's one person's, let's say you play as a team and it's one person's job just to do the farming part of the day, then you can probably feed, you might be able to feed 5 or 6 or 8 people this way if you do
Yeah.
it right.
I think so.
If you basically do the, because that corn is amazing, so I can actually go with the amount of corn you have and the fact that we don't have that amount of meat to combine it with, and you have a bit of extra corn, I can just see how I can do with the bread, because you also get the bread. So I'll make a bit of this cornbread
Right.
and see, what is the value of that compared to other things. So this bottled water here is finished, so I'll just grab the bottled water that's already been processed, and I'll just put it in the chest again. Now these glass jars, I can basically take the empty glass jars and I can fill it up at any water source, I suppose. Can I fill it up at this water source here? Or does it affect the water that's in here already?
No, it shouldn't be able to.
Okay, I'll just check this. Okay, it just filled it up and it didn't affect it really.
Cool.
Cool. And it shows up as bottled murky water, which is quite understandable, but that's going to be what you see.
It was interesting before when I got one of those iron ore blocks from underground. When I broke that block down, it gave me 12 iron, scrap iron.
Yeah, that's right. That iron ore is basically worth 2 ingots, because I always kind of think about things in terms of ingots. And the iron ore is worth one iron ore is worth 2 ingots, I think.
Right. See, that's quite nice, because it means we may not actually need to come into the city at all.
Yeah, if you have a good mine, it will probably go faster. It never really looks like a bright sunny day in this place, eh? This biome has a very kind of grim sky.
Yeah. Constant reminder of the lives lost.
Yeah. I've actually turned down my ambient sound to 0, because in some biomes you'd have this baby crying all the time.
I've
The
never heard that.
It's you know that very first game we played. We didn't put it on YouTube, but even before, we were at
Yes.
that base and that kind of that stone house that we made. Now I've
Yes.
played a single player again. That's that same structure. They've modified it a little bit in the way that they put a iron bars in front of whether you have the safe downstairs. They put stone walls in an iron bar, so you have to break the stone walls before you can get to the safe.
Yes.
But in that biome, and I think it's the burnt bush biome, the kind of burnt forest biome. It's unlike this city, but it's similar in the way it looks. One of your ambient noises is this baby crying, which drove me nuts. So I had to turn it down completely.
Fair enough.
But when you walk through the basically the wilderness, and you have these open areas, grasslands with trees, you get this kind of voice that whispers, which is also part of this ambient noise. So I've just turned that down.
Right.
I just focus basically on the sounds of the zombies and other things.
Yes. Things that you
Okay.
can actually see.
Yeah, things that really matters, not kind of part of the scary bit of the whole thing. Not that I really
No.
mind either way. So that plane has gone that way, but I don't see
No,
where
neither.
they've dropped it. Do they actually come past sometimes, but they don't drop anything, or do we
Yep.
just we just don't see it, or they just go past without dropping anything?
No, they go past all the time without dropping stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
interesting.
not sure what would cause that. I'm not sure whether they don't drop stuff more than they drop stuff. I'm not sure. I'm
Well,
not sure if it's about half, but
reading the logs, like I think one of the developer logs, he was talking about how the plane would. I think he was saying that I might have, if I didn't read it on his blog, then I would have read it on another blog. But said about the planes coming past and how the planes were teasing him basically. Um, so that might be a effect that's in there where the planes would come past, but they're really just teasing you. They don't actually, or actually they kind of do reconnaissance or something like that
yeah.
apparently.
Well, it makes sense. If there were still planes flying, it's unlikely they'll just be continuously flying, dropping stuff. Most of the time, in fact, they won't be. So.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try and make, because we got a bit of corn here. Corn seems to be a good like you have quite a bit of corn. And we now have 27 venison stew and 17 blueberry pies. And I'll see if I can make some of this cornbread, which is supposedly made with the kind of maize kind of thing. So if I go to so if I basically go into the cook menu, I can select cornbread. So cornbread is one cornmeal, bottled water, and that's all you need. But I don't know what you actually need, how good this stuff is. So
Let's see the blueberry pie you made.
yeah, help yourself to that. I mean, it's there to use, obviously, and it's just it's all supposedly better than canned food, because the canned food, well, mind you, I mean, some of the canned food is plus 30. Okay, the cornbread is not fantastic. It's plus 10, so you kind of will, if you eat cornbread, you'd kind of stack them. You'd probably take quite a lot with you.